Can we talk about somebody for a second that you always love to talk about, but now somebody else is talking about them? So you might enjoy vicariously to someone else talking about somebody else so that you don't have to talk about someone.
This is a mystery. Let's talk about it. I don't know what this is.
Well, what do you guys want to talk about? This is from, he gives his first initial as J. Possibly he doesn't want to narrow himself down. He's about to piss off the United States government, so maybe we ought to keep it broad. What do you think? He says, I was writing to talk about the idiotic deal between The Rock and U.S. Army recruiting. So have I tantalized your taste buds yet?
We talked about this. There was a story that came out from like military.com about the U.S. Army giving The Rock, or giving The Rock's owned UFL, I think it was like $11 million or something, for sponsorship and branded tweets or sponsored tweets. And they didn't get what they thought they were going to get. And also they lost recruits.
Yeah, they actually ended up with a negative amount of recruits, and they valued like 5 or 6 of Rock's tweets at $1 million each. And things like that. Look it up, folks. It's a story out there in the public realm. But anyway, so old Jay here says, I've been in the Army for 22 years and was also at one time an Army recruiter. Up front, the men and women who are in charge of Army Recruiting Command are a bunch of fucking incompetent morons who have lost touch with what makes people want to join the Army in the first place. Second, after 20 years of war, what high school or college-age kid is going to be interested in this lifestyle? The initial entry pay is garbage. The living conditions for non-married soldiers are equally terrible. And the food that our non-married soldiers are made to eat is also terrible. Apparently, married soldiers get meal and housing allowances. So you could actually live a better lifestyle if you get married before you get in the Army. But anyway, he goes on to say, not to mention all the subject matter that highlights the sexual assault, sexual harassment epidemic, and the suicide epidemic that is plaguing the ranks of the military. So instead of cleaning up our public image, assuring parents that their kids will be taken care of by professional leaders, and fixing the living conditions, morale, and other issues of the soldiers who are serving today, Recruiting Command decides to toss $11 million at a guy who is worth millions of dollars already, a fucking slap in the face to all who serve and wear the uniform right now. The fact that The Rock took this money only cheapens his image. I no longer like or respect The Rock as an entertainer and as a human, but I truly hope he doesn't give shit back to the Army, and that whoever brokered that deal between the Army and him gets fucking fired the day before yesterday. So that's from the people out there in the trenches, as they say.
You know, the other thing, too, is in terms of reaching recruits, The Rock is a major worldwide star. The question is, in terms of recruits, the age of recruits, is he the right person to reach, a 16, 17, 8-year-old looking to make a decision?
Well, but also not even age, but personality. I'm thinking at this point does anybody think that that would idolize The Rock or want to be like The Rock? Do they think they're going to get to be a movie star and a fucking billionaire by joining the Army? Is it the same fucking... Shouldn't there be fans of the Army instead of fans of wrestlers, fans of the great generals and commanders and whatever? I don't know. But I would think that kids, I want to be The Rock. Well, he didn't get to be a goddamn billionaire movie star by joining the Army.
Right, and his story isn't...
But the chances are also against you or anybody out there named you ever being a goddamn billionaire movie star to begin with.
But at least if the story was, I'm a billionaire movie star and my road here began with the U.S. Army, that's at least a selling point, not, hey, they gave me a bunch of money to try to convince you to do this.
Yes.